Hey everybody. I'm re-recording this right now because first time it didn't work out. So first off, I did a little poll thing. Well, not really a poll, but this thing on Facebook where at school everybody's like, "Hey John, you should give me a shout out in your next vlog," and I'm like, "Oh, maybe not." But I posted a status where I said, "If you want a shout out in my next vlog, like my status." And 38 people liked my status, so I have 38 shoutouts to give. And I'm going to just talk a little bit about some of the more important people that liked it, that are in my life, because obviously I love you all, but I can't love you all the same. Some people have just done things, but you know, whatever. First off, I'd like to start with Megan Teresa Ross, because she's been bugging me for a long time to mention her in one of my vlogs. So here you go, Megan. This Saturday, I think I'm gonna have to make a mini vlog for you and Noah about you two and your relationship and your love fest that's going on. But next, Sam Miller. He's a friend of mine. He goes to East. He used to go to Marshall. Will Heyer, Jeremy Steffen, Greg Herpingle. He lives in Germany. He was an exchange student last year. Mark Scramstad, Matt Goldschmidt, Nick Johnson. Nick kind of got me into photography because I saw his photos. I was like, wow, I love those. I want to do that. So I went out and got a very nice camera and I've started doing photography. Nancy, my niece, she lives in California, Nancy Jones. Jordan Pikinen, Lily Alvarez, Alex Olker. He's a pretty good ball player. He's kind of cocky, but you know, he's a pretty good ball player, pretty good basketball player. Leah Christensen, James Braglin, Aaron Paul, my math buddy, Adam Needkins, Tony Belcito, he's a pretty good friend of mine, Jeanette Parker, Chris Hannigan, John Scramstad, Gina Gilderman, Christina, my sister, Addison Aparicio, Rhonda Fick Corey. She was my mom's best friend growing up in Fergus Falls, Minnesota. I'm sure they'd be best friends today if my mom was still around, but she's a very great lady, very great person. Sarah Hollipa, Alex Hansen, he's a pretty cool kid, he goes to East. Heather Wolf, Thomas Nelson, Jake Spencer, and this one, Lauren Allworth. I kind of want to say something. Lauren, when my mom died, you were the nicest person that you could have ever been to me. I know that since middle school we've kind of had I wouldn't say a love-hate relationship, but more of a, hey, I know you and you kind of don't like me relationship. But when she died, you were so supportive and you always talked to me, and whenever I needed to talk, you would talk. And I thank you so much for that. I would never be able to say this to your face just because it's around school, but thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Jake Bushy, Wendy Johnson, she also works at my dad's office. Tony Wright, Sam Wanta, the Swantonator. Catherine Morehouse, Reagan Hall, Alex Davis, Tracy Terry, my sister, and last but not least, Rosalie Birkland. So there's that for you guys. And then secondly, I just wanted to talk about a video I saw on YouTube. Some of you probably know that I'm a pretty big nerd. I play a lot of video games like Call of Duty and stuff. But there's this commentator on YouTube named White Boy 7th Street that I'm sure some of you have seen. He's a real big in YouTube. He has like 1 million subscribers, and he has a ton of video views. He makes a lot of money doing what he does, and he loves what he does, and I appreciate that. I respect that. But both his parents are dead, and he recently just posted a video because he's coming up on 1,000 videos of the first video he ever posted on YouTube, and it was some Call of Duty clip that he did something really good in the game. And he was yelling, like, oh yeah, and his mom was like, shut up, and he was apologizing to his mom, and it's a special video to him because it's the only video he has with his mom's voice in it, because like a month later she died after that video, and then a month later after she died, his dad died. And he talked in the video that I just saw, he talked about how much he missed her and how he wishes he could have done things differently, and I wish the same thing. I really miss talking to my mom, and like I said in that 1 week, I really wish that I would have treated her better. But yeah, he kind of, White Boy 7th Street, he talks about how he has like a shrine kind of for his mom, and I do too, kind of. It's upstairs, and it has a bunch of pictures of my mom. And my mom and me when we were out boating, my mom when she was like 18 or 19 years old, just all that good stuff. But it just kind of, he has one and I kind of have one just out of coincidence, and I think that's really neat. I want to tell you a story. This is a hard story to talk about. 3 Thanksgivings ago, I think it was, she showed up. I was living here with my dad, and she showed up to Thanksgiving drunk, and the police followed her there because she was swerving while she was driving, and they came in and they tackled her to the ground, and I distinctly remember her saying, "Get off me, you're hurting my shoulder," because she just recently had shoulder surgery. And I remember I just ran out of the room. I ran upstairs, laid down on my deck, and just laid there for about an hour and didn't say a word, didn't move. And I was so sad that I had to go to John Guitar's house, and his family was nice enough to let me stay the night there and eat Thanksgiving dinner with them, just because I was so sad and so traumatized from it. But because of that instance, she lost her license because that was her 3rd DUI. And I remember I was staying at her apartment one night, and she went, and I was swimming down in the pool down in the basement, and she decided to go and check the mail, and there was a letter from, I don't know, from the government saying that maybe she could get her license back. And she had applied earlier, and she had me open the letter, and I did the little trick where I opened it and I read it, and I just kind of, "I'm sorry, but you won," or "but you got it." And she was so excited that she dropped the letter, threw her phone out of her pocket, and jumped into the pool with me. And that was probably one of the happiest times I've ever seen her, or one of the happiest I've ever seen her, and I loved every second of it. I loved being around her at that point. But she's gone, and I gotta get over it. I get sad sometimes, and I like talking to you guys because I know you guys listen, and I really appreciate it. So thank you all for watching. That's it for this week. Hopefully next week will be pretty good too. I'm sorry if I missed anybody in a shout out. I'll give you some more in the following weeks. But thanks. Love you guys. Bye.